The girl who lives in that creepy house with her crazy mother.
Girl with the strange power.
If I concentrate hard enough, I can move things.
You have a date with Carrie.
Hello and welcome to another panDOMonium review. Now, Carrie is out now in a brilliant new special limited edition Blu-ray release from Arrow Video. It's just been so well put together. For those from another planet who don't know the film, it opens with a particular scene in a girl's locker room that you definitely wouldn't find, today in modern cinema. And it certainly wasn't in that exact form for the remakes. But check out, the extras in my review, which is in the video description below, for more information about that. However, life's bad enough when you're the classmate that no one wants to be friends with. And then you hit upon an emergency which causes them all to poke fun like bullies, who are very pig unfriendly. However, she soon discovers that she has specific powers. Specifically specific powers, leading to a lot of supernatural stuff kicking off early on, which might just help her score a win over the bullies. Maybe. You have to wait and find out. Meanwhile, her God-fearing mother, played by Piper Laurie, really can't understand why her daughter has apparently sinned, but that's because her mother is heavily into religion and completely around the fucking bend. I mean, what do you expect from a woman who refers to her daughter's breasts as dirty pillows? It's safe to say that the prom night doesn't go as expected for Carrie, played by Sissy Spacek, or might be pronounced slightly differently, I'll tell you in a bit, and she really doesn't take it all too well, but if you haven't seen it, then I'll give no spoilers. However, it is one of the most iconic scenes in cinema of all time. If you're watching this Blu-ray, it's unlikely you'll have paid 20 quid for it whilst knowing nothing about what happens. But if you don't know anything what happens, then try and skip the menu, just go straight to the film, because there are elements of that particular scene in the sort of clips that you get while the score's playing. There's also occasional use of Brian De Palma's signature technique of splitting a frame in half, with one person in the foreground and one in the background, and both in focus, which is naturally impossible. It doesn't make sense! But you can see it behind me. It's there. It's happened! What's going on? I do love this feature. Anyway, a couple of other observations. I was also reminded of the sort of psycho theme refrain in the shower scene too, which is a nice touch from De Palma. Plus, Carrie doesn't shock as much when you're rewatching this, but there were some incredibly shocking scenes first time round. Well, there's also early roles for Edie McClurg, who plays Grace in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and also the car rental lady in Planes, Trains and Automobiles. You know that one. It's also the first major role for Nancy Travis, who went on to star alongside Peter Weller in the brilliant RoboCop and the not so brilliant RoboCop 2. Yes, she was in RoboCop 3, but as filming for that was done in 1991, and it wasn't released until 93 due to the collapse of Orion Films. By the time they actually did the filming in 91, Weller was unavailable for that, as he was making Naked Lunch. Hence, Robert John Burke steps in. And if you never knew before, Sissy Spacek's name, it's not Spacek. It's actually pronounced Sparchek, which means starling. True story. Now, there's a bucket load of extras. Somebody stop me. On this disc, and I spent several hours going through them, and I won't detail them all, but because I've done that in my review. But there's a ton of stuff from both 2001 and 2016, which was made for the 40th anniversary. So it's technically 41 years old this year. It came out last year in America. I don't know how many of these extras they got on that version though, but you can't go wrong with this release at all. It starts off with Acting Carrie, a 43-minute featurette from 2001, with more cast members than you can shake a stick at, plus Brian De Palma. There's also more Acting Carrie, a 20-minute piece with a number of cast members in there. It's a shame Sissy wasn't in this at all. And she's not in any of the other new pieces either, which is a shame. There's a piece called Carrie the Musical. Yes, they made a musical out of Carrie. Fuck me. I did not expect that. I mean, we don't see any singing in this piece. I don't know whether that's sadly or not, or who knows. It was shot in 2001 at the same time as all the others, so I'd be quite curious to see that version. But there's interviews in both 2001 and 2016 with screenwriter. I think he wrote the screen rather than lit it. Screenwriter Lawrence D. Cohen, editor Paul Hirsch, art director Jack Fisk, cinematographer Mario Tosi, casting director Harriet B. Hellberg, and composer Pino Donaggio. There's also a featurette about the film's original locations with a guy called Sean Clark. He's got a lot of tattoos. He really has. Remember when being heavily tattooed was not a thing, as the youth say? I don't understand tattoos. There's also a new visual. I mean, it's a really good piece though, showing all the locations then and now. I did really enjoy that. Besides the tattoos, there's also a new visual essay by Jonathan Bygraves comparing the 3 screen versions of Carrie. Hang on. 3? I thought it was just 2. This one, the 2013 remake with Chloe Grace Moretz. No, there's also a 2002 TV movie with Angela Bettis as Carrie and 6 Feet Under's Patricia Clarkson as her mother. This also features an alternate TV opening. Yeah, you get it. A stills gallery, a theatrical trailer introducing John Travolta, 5 TV spots, 2 radio spots, trailers for Carrie, the TV movie, The Rage Carrie 2, the 1999 film, and the 2013 Carrie remake. There's also an audio commentary with Australian film critic and author of a number of movie-related books, Alexandra Heller Nicholas, and also writer and film critic Lee Gambin. And if that's not enough, which I think it is, if that's not enough, the box set also includes a reversible sleeve featuring original and new artwork by Las Marquez, and also a limited edition 60-page booklet. 60 pages. Jesus, it's amazing. Featuring new writing on the film by Neil Mitchell and an archive interview with Brian De Palma. Now, I only received the disc with the film and the extras, so I haven't been able to see those firsthand, sadly. But it just sounds fucking amazing. Now, finally, and I did like this, editor Paul Hirsch also talked in a 2016 interview about how the auditions for this were held at the same time as Star Wars, since both directors were looking for actors in the same age range. So things could all have been so different in a high school gym far, far away. Who knows? How would The Last Jedi have turned out with that, you know? Anyway, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button. If you dislike it, I could tell you to hit the dislike button. You will anyway, but there's something wrong with you. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and cue Genesis.